and the winner of the 2011 Victorian Hudson Private and Corporate Sector Award is Margie Harper.
Well, Anne's advice last night was to breathe, so I think I better do that. And I printed in big print and I still can't see it, so I'm going to have to put on the glasses. Distinguished guests, sponsors, other finalists, families and friends, I have to say I'm just overwhelmed and very humbled to be up here accepting this prestigious award. I'd like to thank all the sponsors for the program, especially Telstra and Hudson, and all the people that work behind the scenes that we don't see that make this event and the whole program what it is today. It's terrific. To the other finalists in my category, having met Carolyn, I thought I had a run for my money, and after reading the bios of Sharon and Shirley, I thought, won't even do a speech. You've really set the bar high, so thank you for that. Take another breath. I'd like to thank my dear family, and I was thinking very much about my childhood last night and the fact that I can't ever remember hearing the words, "you can't do that." And I was a bit of a wild one, so that's probably amazing that I didn't hear that. So thank you for the upbringing that I had. To my close friends, and I have a number of them here today that have been with me through my life journey, and I appreciate every minute that I've had with them. My colleagues, and I have some of those here today, I thank you all for the many years that you've been involved in my life. To my two beautiful daughters, who've always known their mother as a working mum, who's tried to do that balance of home balance, of making sure that I'm there to meet their needs. I apologise if I didn't quite get that right, but I think I did. Lauren, my daughter, for nominating me. It happened at a very busy time. We were selling the business Stanhope that I'll talk about in a moment, and Lauren nominated me, which on one hand was a real inspiration to me that perhaps I had got the balance in life right, and that my beautiful daughter would be thinking that I'd actually achieved something with my life. On the other hand, it was a busy time, and again there was something else to be done, but we got on and did it. It also gave me the opportunity to reflect what I've been able to achieve in my professional life with the assistance of others. I don't think any of us get anywhere without the team that we work with. To my Peter, for being my constant support and ear and debating topics, and for loving me when I could be unlovable, probably like this morning. To my dear friend Janet, 34 years later, I am still indebted to her for her getting me through HSC. I wouldn't be here, standing up here today, if it wasn't for Janet. To Alison, your testimonial for my award was just, it brought me to tears. And it brought me to tears because I actually knew you meant every word of it. So Alison and I worked at Stanhope, and we're working again at another company together, and I'm really pleased about that. So thank you, Alison. Through my career, I have found myself working in caring roles, starting as a nurse who trained in the hospital setting. After 9 weeks, you found yourself in a ward and you had to get on with it, and you just had to cope. And I always found that it was enjoyable work, and always aimed to do a little bit more for the client so that they were happier. I worked through that, and I found myself very early in my career managing wards, leading teams, and I just progressed through that, managing hospitals, becoming a director of nursing, a general manager. I then, about 5.5 years ago, started at Stanhope Healthcare Services, which is where my nomination, at the time my nomination was placed. It was one of those jobs that a few days in I thought, I should have done my homework on this job. It's a bit hairy here. The phone, I was in head office, of course, as the CEO, the phone did not stop ringing, and I took my turn at answering the calls, and the calls were about from clients saying my carer didn't turn up, they didn't do what they were meant to, they were from funding bodies saying no one did the work we asked you to, we were hemorrhaging money out the back door, and I thought, oh dear, what do I do? So I just started the action plan and off we went. I was able to recruit a great team around me, and we set on a journey of turning that business around, which we did. We set up procedures, we set up protocols, so that the client and the staff became the focus of everything that we did. About 6 months later, I remember very vividly sitting in my office and thinking, the phone's not ringing. I've ruined the business. Oh no, I've ruined the business. So I had this mad panic. I was in a hot sweat and I thought, I don't think I've ruined the business. So I had a look at some of the data around client satisfaction, staff satisfaction, the profit and loss, and they were all going in the right direction. And I thought, no, I haven't ruined the business. We've just started to address some of the issues. And we just went on from there. We just had a ball. We had a lot of fun, a lot of hard work, a lot of tears. And Alison will agree with me on that one. But towards the end of the period of time there, our reputation was so good, we had organisations contacting us to come and do work with us. And in the 12 months before I left, we actually won $10 million worth of more revenue for the organisation through government tendering. I like to think the team and I did such a good job, we did myself out of a job. The company was bought by a major competitor and I've moved on. I'm now with Australian Home Care and I thank them for the opportunity of me being able to work with them and hopefully bring the same things to that organisation that I was able to do at Stanhope. To all the women in the room who walk that constant line of striving for a satisfaction of a career and also being the roles of someone's child, sibling, mother, partner, and have some life of your own, please keep going with it. It really is worth it. I often feel blessed because I feel I have it all. To Jane from Fitted to Work, I know exactly where my outfits are going in future. I think the work that you do is terrific. Again, thank you. I'm very honoured.